Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Goodgame Empire video. In this video, we will be talking about legendary resources. This video is part 1 of a multi-part series I'll be doing on tips and tricks for new level 70s. So, legendary resources, to start off, are like wood and stone, in that there are resource buildings to produce them, and you need them to level up your buildings. However, they are different than normal resources. For one, you can't actually produce them in the Green Kingdom except for iron, but we'll get to that later. First, let's focus on the three kingdom resources: charcoal, olive oil, and glass. Charcoal is produced in the Everwinter Kingdom. In this kingdom, you have lower resource production of normal materials, but you have resource villages which will increase that production. You can see here that you can make charcoal with charcoal burners at a relatively slow but decent pace. Each of my charcoal burners is making around 200 charcoal per hour. You can obviously make more if you have a better developed winter castle, which I definitely should have. You can make olive oil in the Sands Kingdoms, which is made in olive groves. As you can see, I have not upgraded mine as far as I should have. And you can make glass in glass furnaces in, again, the Fire Peaks Kingdom. One tip I would suggest for new level 70s is before you level up to level 70, and especially right afterwards, invest in developing your outer castle kingdoms. It will save you so much time later, it is ridiculous. Now that we know where the Outer Kingdom's resources are produced, how can you make more of them, besides upgrading the buildings? One of the most common ways is by attacking Barbarian towers. Barbarian towers, or their equivalent in the Desert and Fire Kingdoms, will give you a small amount of kingdom resources when looted, but again, they give you much more than if you had just tried to produce it yourself. As in, they give you several hours worth in one attack. So if you're an active player, it is definitely worth looting them, as I'm doing right now. You're going to want to send a couple hundred troops to make sure you have the maximum looting capacity if you're attacking a high-level tower. Again, you want to do the same in Sands and Fire. You want to be looting those towers. Now, I said you can't produce these resources in green. Notice I said produce. It is actually possible to get them in green, though. First, you can import them from your outer kingdoms. But that is inefficient, as, if you can look, each time you import them, you lose a fraction of the resources. It is more efficient to loot them from either Barbarian camps or Samurai or Khan camps. These camps will give you a large amount of the kingdom resources, a couple thousand every hit, which is far greater than you can get from the Barbarian towers. Now, lastly, let's talk about iron ore. This is the oddball out among the kingdom resources, as it can be produced in green, unlike the other ones. As you can see, it is made with iron mines. However, it is incredibly slow to produce, and these take a huge amount of resources to upgrade. Even at max level, it only produces 67 an hour, and it will take you hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of resources and kingdom resources to upgrade these to the maximum level. There is a better way to get it, though. Iron ore you can get by either looting robber barons in the Green Kingdom, or, as I said earlier, by attacking Barbarian or Samurai camps. You get a huge amount of iron ore compared to other kingdom resources when attacking these camps. As you can see, I got 2,000 glass, 1,000 olive oil, and 3,000 iron ore. If I take a look at another report, you can see, again, I get fewer of these, but I still get a decent amount of iron ore, no matter what happens. Even if you get fewer than the normal kingdom resources, you use iron ore less, so it is less likely you'll run out, and I actually find my kingdom resources, not my iron ore, is my choke point for buildings. In fact, you barely use any iron ore, at least on lower legendary levels. The only buildings that you need to build, and that you should be building, which one of them is granaries, which doesn't cost any iron ore, and if you are going to keep your stone and wood production buildings, then the forest lodge and the stoneworks barely use any iron ore in the forest lodge, and none for the stoneworks. If you look, so the Hall of Legends does require iron ore, but again, nowhere as much as the Kingdom resources. You will basically always, if you loot, have enough iron ore, so it isn't a problem. The main problem for you will be Kingdom resources. So, how can you get enough Kingdom resources to continuously upgrade your Hall of Legends? Well, the best way is to be continuously looting in all your castles in all kingdoms. In your outer kingdoms, you should be attacking your towers to get Kingdom resources there and sending them back to your main castle so you can be continuously upgrading the Hall of Legends. You should also be attacking from all your castles in your main whenever the Baramon, Samurai, or Nomad invasions show up to get extra resources. This will also have the added benefit of you performing better in these events. That is my short guide to Kingdom resources, how to obtain them, and what they're used for. Oh yeah, besides one caveat, if you look at the village in the Outer Kingdoms, you can also get some rewards by spending Kingdom resources there, but it is almost always not worth it unless you have a ridiculous surplus of it. The only point I see to this is if you're below level 70, but if you're above level 70, you should never be touching this village. You should always be focusing on using these resources to upgrade your Hall of Legends and granaries if you can. Goodbye.